Oakland, California.
California.
In
In
boxing,
boxing,
the
the
trainer
trainer
makes the
makes the
chancellor.
chancellor.
Every
Every
muscle
muscle
you
you
see
see
was
was
built
built
in
in
the
the
boxing.
boxing.
This
This
is the
is the
boxing
boxing
trainer's
trainer's
view.
view.
Boxing
Boxing
Trainers
Trainers
Channel.
Channel.
where champions are studied.
Good evening, or good afternoon, and welcome back to the channel. And first of all, I realize that I'm relatively late, right? And hopefully everything is in place. So this would be considered, or hopefully this will be considered as an effective broadcast because the intro I've been working on for 2 weeks, and that's why I've been missing in action, right? Because I refuse to let my podcast go down as a failure, right? So I'm doing everything necessary to build um, a definitive fan base, right? It couldn't by no means possible be the information that I attribute to my podcast because look, if nothing else in this world that I know about, or should I say, if there's nothing in this world that don't know about, I damn sure know about some boxing, right? And as we go into transitioning this podcast to be one of the best in the business, because I am hell bent on myself in that limelight, right? Not for the sake of because I want to be seen or I'm looking to be glorified because I'm um, seeking to be great at being a boxing commentator, right? But because somebody has to do the hard work, right? And a part of the hard work is um, getting your structure satisfactory to you, right? Yeah, I can come on every day and do the things that I've been doing, right, without intros or without follow through um, uh, videos to say um, like, describe, and share, right? And I'm getting to that, right? But those are the part of are those are parts of making this podcast a good podcast, right? A competitive podcast because right now, you know what I'm saying, because I'm not really that engaged in all the ups and downs of the successes of the internet, right? In retrospect, I'm talking about the intro is one of the things that I'm competing to be good at, right? And I think I successfully did that. Hopefully, if you be able to view the intro on a consistent basis, right? Then I'm good with that, right? And I'm just trying to say to the viewers, right, that I want to make this a successful podcast, right? And I know again that the information that I bring to the table is legitimate. You know what I mean? And if you really love boxing, right, you'll bring your ass to this channel because I'm doing the best I can, which I'm quite sure is uh, 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 good information, right? In order to attract your attention, right? So listen, Gore Stevenson, you know what I call him, Mr. Twitterson, right? In that regard, he has been missing in action. You know what I mean? Shakur Stevenson has uh, Twittering, right? After he had a conversation with Devin Dream Haney on Twitter, right? Now, I'm going to say this because it's only fair, right? You guys need to kind of like miss the Twitter, right? You know what I'm saying? Put your stuff on Twitter and be men. Now, I'm not saying that Devin Haney isn't being a man, but Shakur Stevenson, right, needs to step up to the plate, right, and do what he gets paid millions of dollars to do, right? That's like those at the top tier platform of boxing, right? And this is all I believe that Devin Haney is trying to do, right? He has always said that's what he do this for, right? Because he wants to make the biggest and the best fight. That's all he's ever said, right? Ever since I started following Devin Haney when he was like 16, I believe, something like that in that era, right? And ever since I noted Devin Haney was a great one, right? He has said the same thing consistently, right? That he wants to be the he wants to have all the big fights. He wants to engage in all the big fights, right? He wants to fight their business, right? Now here's the thing. Now either Shakur Stevenson is going to be the greatest, as he says he is, right? And fight Devin Haney, right? Or you're gonna keep doing what you're doing, right? And that is running from Devin Haney. You are literally running from Devin Haney, right? And look, let's be perfectly clear. All you people that love Shakur Stevenson, right? Let's be perfectly clear. Do you ask yourself why he won't fight Devin Haney? I know there's a lot of explanation and a lot of livid excuses, but why is Shakur Stevenson running from Devin Haney? I mean, to me, you know why, right? You know what I'm saying? And contrary to whatever Shakur Stevenson says out of his mouth, right? At the end of the day, a logical explanation for me would be he don't want to fight Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because he's scared. He believes, right, that Devin Haney is going to whoop him. He believes that Devin Haney is going to take that uh, undefeated recognition away, right? And I see, and if you psychologically, you know what I'm saying, go through this every day and psychologically tormenting yourself and Stephen, right? That Devin Haney's gonna whoop me, he gonna whoop you, right? And there's for me, that's where these question marks comes in when it comes to Shakur Twitterson Stevenson, right? He says in one breath, you heard me. He says in one breath that he's the greatest, right? And he gonna show you he's the greatest when he get that person in front of you. You keep saying that, but that don't mean doo doo. That don't mean nothing, right? To me, right? That don't mean nothing to Devin Haney. That don't mean nothing to Bill Haney, right? You know what I'm saying? Prove what you say, what you come out, what comes out of your mouth, right? That you're the greatest by signing that contract, man. Look, hey, look, there's no out in this situation for you, Shakur Stevens. It's none, right? You gotta crap or get off the pot. And when I mean get off the pot, I mean just saying I'm scared of Devin Haney, man. I'm not gonna fight Devin Haney. Just you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's gonna put you in a position where all this torment that you putting on yourself, right? You putting this on yourself, right? Because you know what I'm saying, chose this profession. You chose to go on live and say that you're the best boxer, the greatest boxer of this era, right? Now, how the hell, I don't know how the hell you saying that, right? When you got to jump over people like Devin Haney, you got to jump over people like Terrence Bud Crawford, you got to jump over people like Floyd Mayweather. You know, you got to jump over a whole bunch of great boxers, right? You know what I'm saying? To get to the point where that can be confirmed. At this juncture, it cannot be confirmed. It can never be confirmed until you fight one of the cats that you say that you better than. In this instance, we happen to be talking about Devin the Dream Haney, right? We're talking about somebody who has challenged you on multiple occasions. You know what I mean? We are talking about somebody who has got in your face and said, "Man, let's do this." I'm talking about on multiple occasions. And the crazy thing about this to me is an intelligent human being is that you have went on the record and said, "Let's do this." 2 or 3 times. You have said, let's do this. Now, either you created a, you know what, you created a, you know what, or, right, you're scared to death. Either or, and you gotta, you know what I'm saying, eventually bring that to the table. You gotta bring that to the attention of those that love you and to the point where they making excuses for you for why Devin Haney should leave you alone. Leave you alone. Me alone. Let me try that again. Camera. Leave me alone. Hey, who says that in person? Leave me alone, Devin Haney. Like, you know, here's the ironic thing about this, right? This leave me alone thing, right? This, this is actually contagious, right? Because apparently, apparently, Shakur Stevenson heard another person say that to Devin the Dream. Yeah. So this is obviously contagious, right? For these cats that have question marks on their back when it comes to being great and recognizing within their own psychosis that they're great, right? This is the second time this leave me alone when it came to Devin the Dream Haney has transpired. Yeah, I mean, I just wish there was some way that you guys could come in and to have a conversation with me about who's the other person. I'm not gonna tell you right off, right? But there's another cat that says the same thing. So what that's really saying in essence is Devin the Dream Haney is a bad mama jamma man. You know what I mean? And he makes himself perfectly clear with that 33 and old Ricker, right? That he wants all the smoke, right? And for Shakur to throw it in his face, go fight Boots, right? Why would you say that? Oh, why don't you fight Devin Haney then fight Boots? Why are you making all these alternative comments about what he should do when we want you to get in the ring with Devin Haney? No, you know what I'm saying? You took on this responsibility of being the great one, right? So we expect you, the world, the hate. Now, this I'm just counting the haters, right? The ones that follow the course you and that will go to hell. You know what I'm saying? Trying to defend him, right? I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the world wants to see Devin the Dream Haney versus Shakur Stevenson. And if you don't get your policy raunchy butt in the ring, right? Stop all this nonsense, this unethical non-boxing type verbiage, right? Uh, Leave me alone, right? Come on. And when after you said, now look, the last time I saw Shakur Stevens was that it was after Shaki Fasta, um, uh, right? And you know what I'm saying? I was clever enough because I sat right there by ringside, right? As a journalist, I was Matchroom is a good outfit. I love Matchroom, right? Matchroom really uses content creators to their advantage, right? You know what I'm saying? See, it used to be back in the days, it was new media followed these events, right? But somehow, for some reason, which it's good, it's cool for us content creators, right? um, New media just stopped being interested in boxing. I don't know how the hell that happened because boxing is a multi-annually billion-dollar operation, right? It's tons of money. So I can't see how those capitalists, thought they need to uh, throw boxing, under the bus. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they did. But here's the thing: it's okay. But now the reason I make mention of that is because Eddie Hearns and Matchroom, right, gives content creators a lot of leverage, right, to do a lot of good work, right, and I was in the position when at my first boxing event, which was Oshaki Foster versus Raymond Ford, right? To be right there at ringside. Jay Prince was arm reach away, and Shakur Stevenson was arm reach away also, right? I was close enough to Shakur Stevenson. I went to the railing, and he was standing over there sitting next to Eddie Hearns, and I said, "Sure, Shakur." Right? He finally turned around, smirking like a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I clicked one on it, right? You know what I'm saying? And not that click, I was like, yeah, not that. Meant that I would like to have a, yeah, I know y'all think, oh man, man, I would like to actually have a shot at your core, right? Just to see if he, you know what I'm saying, if he's clever enough to get just, you know what I'm saying, do some of the things that he's doing some of these guys. I don't think he really is. Even at my age, I just don't think he is, right? Because you know what I'm saying, I'm still trying to like, stay different, right? You know what I mean? And I feel a lot of stuff that you could. I told Bud Crawford once. I said, "Look, man, yeah, I'm talking about. Coach Stevens is one of the baddest cats. I don't know how the hell they can snap. Yeah, and I'm gonna go back over this again. I'm gonna say this again, right? I don't see nothing like that. Nothing. I don't see it. I don't see dude as being great. And sometimes I get psychologically frustrated because I'm because sometimes like, what am I missing here? What the hell am I missing? You know what I mean? But I don't really think that it's me, right? I think that Shakur students have did a good job at creating this this false narrative that he's great, right? And he has did it to such a degree where people really believe that. But I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going there. I just don't think that Shakur is great. And see, here's another thing about that issue, right? When it comes to great. Now, uh, Bill Haney have on occasion defended the integrity of Shakur Stevenson being a great boxer, right? You know what I mean? And I want to get in conflict with Bill Haney any more than I'm already in conflict with him, right? And when it comes to this boxing, specifically this boxing, right? But I have to say that Bill says that because the interest involved in Shakur Stevenson versus Devin the Dream Haney, right? But we know as well as Bill knows that Shakur Stevenson is easy as work for Devin the Dream Haney. I said that, right? Said that, Bill, right? He's easy work for Devin the Dream Haney. I say that because here's the thing. This is what is frustrating and annoying the head of Shakur Stevenson, right? When he talks about the 144, right? It ain't the 144 alone. It ain't the weight alone, right? What it see is the living the dream Haney is long as hell. You know what I mean? He has a skill set compared to none. You know what I'm saying? And he can flick that jab at will, right? Now, I don't care how good you really are, you know, Shakur Stevenson, right? Anybody else when it comes to it, the jab, right? If you have an effective jab where you can move a person in the position that you want him in with that effective jab, ain't nothing that person's gonna be able to do. I'm sorry. And I'm sure that Shakur Stevenson knows that. I'm quite sure that that's one of the sticking points why Devin Dream Haney keep pushing. Man, come on, man. Let's get this over with. You know what I mean? Devin Haney knows in his gut that he's going to walk over Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, I'm telling y'all, hey, look, on the record, I'm making reference to the legitimacy of the thing that I say, right? I made reference to the 144 about, I got the video. Look at the video, ask me for the video. Not at me for the video, and I'll send you the video, right? I made a video, you know what I'm saying, indicating over a lot of people, even some people on the team, right? They said that we're not going to 144. We're not doing it, right? We ain't going down. We just ain't doing it. You know what I mean? And I, as a professional, you know what I'm saying? Nothing personal. As a professional, I went on the record and said, it is my highly educated boxing opinion that Devin the Dream Haney would come down to 144 to whoop Shakur Stevenson. Sure enough, 2 weeks ago, Devin Haney went on the record and told Shakur Stevenson, if I come down to 144, we got to fight. Shakur Stevenson said yes, right? He said, okay, I'm coming down to 144. Now, that is primarily to say that this old man knows what the hell he's talking about when it comes to a star great boxer. He don't give a Devin Haney don't get what nobody say when it comes to what he believes in his skills. You know what I'm saying? If he thinks that he believes, thinks that he can go down to 144 and still whoop Shakur Stevenson, once you let me tell you this. Let me say this one more time. The 144 really ain't nothing. Right. It's really nothing. It's just giving Shakur Stevens some leverage to say why he needs to have some incentive, right, to keep saying, I ain't fighting that fool. Eh, eh, Believe that Shakur really don't want to fight, period. I don't care how much money. He ain't about that. He's scared of that ass whooping. He, Bill, he's scared of that ass whooping. I'm quite sure you really know that. So stop, with the, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say capping, right? But tell the people the truth. Shakur Stevenson is scared the hell of Devin the Dream Haney, your son, and he would rather run into a field, right, with with machine guns chasing him, right, than fight Devin the Dream Haney. He's scared of Devin Haney. It's a possum is an axe hound. That's what it really truly is. Okay, so look, man. Hopefully I can get this out. Right, because I'm feeling good about my boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? And being away from the screen really annoys me. Being away from, you know what I'm saying, putting on these type of performance really discourages me. So hopefully I can get this right where I can stop just relying on my phone, where I can kick back in the comfort of uh, space, right? Tyson, James Brown, you know what I'm saying? The Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying? And do what I love doing. Just do what I love doing. Right. So hopefully we'll have some success in this broadcast. Right. We will only know after uh, I get off and do my thing with my uh with YouTube. So that being said, man, look, hit that subscription button. First of all, y'all need this. You know what I'm saying? It's a kind of, you know what I'm saying, annoying to me that, that I'm doing all the hard lifting to get y'all in a position where you can get some knowledgeable information, right? And yet we'll have something up hit the subscription button and the like button. Damn subscription button and a like button, man. Don't pass by my channel and disrespect me like you said. Hit the damn subscription button. Drop a comment in the comment section and give me your opinion whether you think even you haters, you Shakur Stevenson lovers, right? Whether Shakur is really scared of Devin the Dream Hank. Could you give me a comment on that? Could you? I would really appreciate that. Put in a lot of work doing this, man. You know, what I'm saying? At least comment and hit the subscription button and the like button will go a long way with the wow, with the old man. Back, bow. Let